Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am Alan. I'm back
Dakota.
with
Yeah.
Dakota. And we casted for the first time together
Oh, yeah?
on
Last
Monday a
week.
week ago. Yes, we did.
Oh yeah. They're good games too.
Yes, they were. Why don't you run us through a little bit of what happened last
Yeah.
week?
So we played map one. It was on one of those newer maps. I'm not too sure.
The labs.
The labs. Yeah. That was a close one. We saw a lot of good play from both teams. It started off really strong. It was Cape. Something Cape. Quick Cape maybe?
Yes, it was
Yes,
Quick Cape.
they
Quick Cape
started
on
that
Purdue,
game
yeah.
real strong for Purdue, and then we got it back. That's where we saw that amazing clutch from Think on our
Yes.
team, and it was just some good games. And then we went into that second game, and I swear both teams played their hearts out there.
Mhm.
It was a close game. I think it ended in overtime.
Yeah,
too.
double OT, I think, actually, as well, if
It
I'm not
was-
mistaken.
It was a stressful match, but unfortunately Purdue came out with the win there. But we're gonna see what we got here this week for us with EKU.
Yeah, for sure. So this week we will be going up against Fisher Esports. And now these guys, I mean, they are at the top of the line when it comes to collegiate esports. Their COD team has done really well in the past. They have a very strong Valorant presence. I believe they're also very strong in Rocket League. And I believe they also have a Smash team. So these guys, they certainly know what's going on when it comes to esports.
Sounds like it, yeah.
And obviously, we talked about last week that we're in the top 8 of ECAC. So we're going against the big dogs here. No
Oh, yeah.
easy wins
It's the
like
big
last
leagues
season.
now.
Yeah. So we will be going up against Fisher. And map 1, we'll be starting off on Cafe. Now, Cafe, we did see last week. It was pretty tight between those two teams. And we saw them, the semester before, when this team kind of came out of the woodworks and we were able to place top 3 in the AC last semester. Cafe was one of their hallmarks. They really enjoyed playing that map.
Cafe is just a really classic map.
Mhm.
That's it. Back when I was really in that siege phase. Now, one thing I want to say here and now, Cafe is a wall, like that is your spawn camp from those windows map. We're gonna see. We might see some today. We'll see what, but definitely both teams have to keep an eye out for. Back then, I don't know who does it now, but it was Doc for some reason.
The spawn
Always in those Doc spawn camps.
You get a little bit of damage, someone hits you through the window, you just run away and you hit the stem shot. But now, I think, as we've watched the Siege meta progress, back when I was playing pretty heavily, we called it the 20-second meta, where everyone just camped on site, everyone was getting info, and then the last 20 seconds, all that action happened. Now, EKU does still kind of play that style, but there's more roaming now, it seems like, from what we've observed so far with EKU and Purdue. But we are getting into the bans here, and what do you expect to see on terms of bans?
You really, I think the go-to, especially in the last games, was that Habana ban.
Yeah,
And wow,
the
Grim.
Grim ban coming out. That is certainly different than we've seen. The past couple games. We saw a lot of Ying bans, a Jackal ban. I wonder if we're gonna see a zombie get through here.
I can't imagine we do.
Especially on Cafe. But it'll be Fisher up, and there's the Ying ban. So
But not honestly, where there's so many windows and stuff on this
Yeah.
map, we could see a castle ban.
I don't know.
Castle's a rare one, but
His utility is not really strong though in comparison to a lot of other operators that you might want to get up. Maybe probably a Mira ban if I were to guess here from FC maybe.
we might.
There's the
Azami
Azami.
ban.
There's the Azami. So
Mirror bans always break my heart. I was always
Yeah.
a Mirror player.
it was back when you're grinding the game to get enough credits to buy the characters. You always put off buying Mira because
And there it is.
So you're never gonna play her. So what's the point of buying the character?
I always have that. Back when those elite skins were just like fancy, not some weird like we got Master Chief in the game now. But I had that elite skin, never got to use it.
Yeah. Well, here we go. EKU going to be on the defense first, and they will be actually looking towards basement here to start us off. We usually see, upstairs start for the defensive side, but they're going to start in basement with quite an array of defenders. And
They
this
do
is
have that castle.
Yeah.
So with the basement, that's kind of smart. Get those the door on that staircase locked up.
I mean, this defender composition really just, it screams stalling. This is 20-second meta. We want to hold on to this site as long as possible and make it impossible. Like, we got the Guido shield. We got the discs from Lamai. Warden's there for the flashes. Obviously, the Maestro cams to deny the plant. And like you said, Castle barricading those windows.
Yeah, especially that. There's that, like, doubled, almost like an airlock kind of spot here
5
on
seconds
this.
left before insertion.
And let's actually, you know, let's take a second. Let's look at the guys over on Fisher. We got Scrimhon, Marmalade, Anik, Bomb, and Ryan Zera. And it's gonna be a squad to face up against, and it's all gonna come. You know, this is the inaugural round of this match here. We gotta see how it's gonna shape out.
What I'm really interested to see here is that glass pick.
That's true.
That's wouldn't be what I picked, but I could definitely see where it'd be useful.
Couple of drones early on, gonna get destroyed. Only one so far. Sticks are out from the side of Fisher. Early damage onto Kolvix. These gunfights are going pretty strong. Notice not a lot of roaming early on as the blitz is gonna, I think, waltz right on in. Here comes the push. Sen manages to find Bomb, but a trade onto Kolvix. Sen finds the second, saving his life. Manages to find 3 in a row. And Sen, what a way to open us up.
Sen's got that angle on the 4th, too.
Milko will drop, but here comes the res on the Kolvix. 4 versus 2. 2 minutes on the clock, not 20-second meta at all. Fisher charges in.
Got some good angles here on the defensive play.
This is good at EKU. They're not overcommitting to anything, just continuing to hold the fortress down. And Sen finds his 4th, won't find the ace, though. Ryan's going to be able to pick that one up. And a 1v3 for Ryan would take round number 1, but EKU playing very solid here. We should probably expect to see an EKU round win. Gunfight still going back and forth.
Now, if you're EKU here, you're confident, but stranger things have happened. We saw Think do it last week.
Oh, that Goyo play was actually pretty strong in Orion. Health is kind of a little bit of a worry here. If you're EKU, 2 players with around 20 left, Lomo's the only one full HP. If he drops, this is certainly dangerous. And he's got a minute to work with here as he finds the second, but Think cleans it up. Think cleans it up. We were a little worried, but EKU, they take round 1.
Take round 1. We always have Think on that cleanup crew and then get it done.
Very strong, very strong. So do you think that we see maybe a change in, composition here from the side of Fisher now that we've seen round 1 go by, or what are you thinking here?
We saw how fast they played that first round, so maybe take a step back, but it looks like they're not going to with that Ashe.
And Zofia. Ashe and Zofia at the same time. We will still see the Brava. The only thing that really swapped out here is the Blitz, and that kind of makes sense with the, vertical layout. You do want the buck at times, but they have still plenty of time to switch around. And notice, we're still not up on top floor yet. This is going to be second floor, study and dining. Heavy roam from Sen, he'll be up top. Such a powerful angle.
Oh, yeah. So long as you don't get picked up from that window up top right there.
10 seconds
You're
left.
solid on that.
I'm trying to remember the last time I saw. Yeah, this looks to me like a lot of info denial. The Mute and Mozzie combined, and then obviously Legion. Legion feels like a pick against the shields. And then obviously Maestro and Aruni trying to deny a bunch of just late post-plan scenarios. EKU is 30 seconds in the round, they're still setting up.
I mean, that shows confidence, though.
Ooh. First contact, Bomb takes down Sen. That's gonna give Fisher quite a bit of wiggle room. The good news is Kolvix, and I believe that's Think, are still fighting for it. Oh, dangerous window there. Gunfight going down. No one's yet to win. This Fisher's actually taking a lot of space here on this top floor. Rotates out. Yeah, she's gonna leave Lomo up top. A minute and a half has gone by, and I mean, if you're Kolvix here, you really just don't want to get picked off the edge. Gunfight's going back and forth. I mean, he's feeling a lot of pressure here. Lots of players from FC looking his way.
A minute and a half left in the round, and we still haven't seen much of pushes. Just playing these angles, trying to get case.
Marmalade will drop Kolvix. The pressure finally falls on top of him. But they're doing a great job of withstanding this. Really only majority controlling of the top four. The only player down on second is going to be Bomb. This is a great angle for Moko. Oh, and this C4 could be dirty from thing. It goes out, it's not quite far enough.
Man, these are the types of plays you like to see with these high-level players. We can see it through the outlines, but they just have their crosshair on their head through that wall.
And I mean, oh, wow. Lomo gets swarmed by 4 to go down.
Not much you can do as Lomo there.
And you're pretty much just hoping that you find one. 30 seconds, though. Time could be the bane for FC. As Moko is in a good spot to find one.
Oh.
Will not find it, though. Marmalade, what a great shot by him. Manages to find one, but surely gets ran out here and will get dropped. And talk about a methodical clear from FC.
That was a very, very slow round.
Yeah.
Which, contrary to what they picked for the
Yeah.
comp, that's kind of what I was expecting going into that round. Was playing it more slow and safe, but...
And and like you were saying, we looked at their operator picks and we were like, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
They're looking like they're gonna continue to power forward, but
Sure enough, they picked the fastest character in the game, but still played it slow.
they talk about methodical working through the map. I think that was the most sophisticated sort of map break I've seen casting Siege so far. So very strong play out of Fisher, and that kind of makes you wonder. I wonder, does Eastern Kentucky have the resources available to kind of outplay Fisher here?
Yes. And I think EKU
Attackers have located
hopefully
a bomb.
have learned maybe a bit of a quicker setup might be more beneficial. Not 30 seconds into the round to put Util down. But it looks like we are just locking down this upstage.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, upstairs, no really reason to roam. Not like you can do
5
much
seconds
vertically if you want to shoot from below to up.
Attackers are
But usually you're just going to hold on to sight and just be careful about what you do. Think is going to drop down, so maybe I will eat my words, and he is going to look to play here on second floor. This is interesting. I feel like last round... Oh, is he going to run it? I thought he was for a
Pulled
second.
the crowbar out. Ooh, this could be a good pick here.
Yes, it could.
Same with drone. I think backing out there is a smart decision.
The way Fisher's spread is kind of interesting. When they were attacking, second floor, they worked from the top floor down. Here, they're doing it in reverse. So they really like these opposite way clears. Besides first round rush, they are pretty methodical with what they want to do. And it looks like they're getting everyone into position. Kolvix, that's a dirty angle for him.
Disgusting.
It's okay.
Happens to the best of us.
Also kind of dirty.
They're playing angles I would never discover on my own.
Oh, and he hears them as well. The importance of the headset cannot be understated. The Fisher, I mean, they've got quite a big spread on them. In a minute and a half, we've really seen not much in terms of gunfights. Scrim has taken quite a bit of damage at the hands of EKU. But other than that, and there will be the first. Sin finds Ryan, and that's going to be Diffuser down. Gets into another gunfight, tries to get away. Will get taken down by Bomb on the stairs. think.
I do think. Yeah, well, they both know where each other is. I
Attackers
believe.
have recovered their defeat.
So FC has it now, and they're gonna make their break over towards, and that's a disgusting angle. Marmalade finds Kolvik Slow-mo on the trade. You have to be careful here. I mean, they're pretty funneled, but you do have to be cautious of the angles.
What crazy angles they are.
That castle barrier is actually doing quite a lot of work for EKU. Moko does find Anik.
Oh, we
Suppose
might
it's
see a fight
Anakin.
happen right here.
Get it? Oh, Marmalade finds Moko
We do have the health advantage here.
ever so slightly. That goes away the moment Lomogo drops though, and he does not want to. Oh, and this is such a problem. They managed to cross back through, and 13 seconds on the clock. The fuser will begin going down. Bomb on the coverage. Will find one. Finds the
5 seconds to
second there. No, Think finds both.
Defenders have
Wow.
eyes on the diffuser. Attackers need
What a
protection.
What a
gunfight win
play
from
from Think.
Think.
Bomb diffuser
Wow,
disabled.
what a win. On low health and everything, he managed to swing out fine too, and a great round win that is. I was so discombobulated, I thought we had lost that round.
Yeah.
Wow. A great
Think
play
once
by Think.
again proves they can clean up those rounds.
That's what you need. You need a player like that who, in the direst of situations, can make something happen. A good stall by EKU. A way to react to the style that FC are playing. And they will head back now to first floor kitchen.
So this
Attackers
playstyle is
need to
kind of
defuse
interesting
as
to
many
me
bombs as they
because
can.
as much as it's slow and methodical, it still is a once they find their opportunity, they are on that.
Attackers have
Cracking the
recovered
armor.
possession of a bomb.
So that might be that fast team comp, but they play fast after their opportunity, not play fast to make an opportunity.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. We saw, they go down early, so 4v5 for Fisher, and they kind of figure out, they take down Sin, and then they know that they know that Think is playing on
10 seconds left before
Yeah.
the second floor, and they just bum rush top with everything they've got. But
insertion.
EKU, they're fine playing that style. They are experts of withholding and withstanding pressure. They do a great job there of doing exactly that.
Yeah, it's definitely calm under pressure. And it looks like we got back down here in the bottom floor. This is where we saw that first round win.
Wonder if Sin can do a replication of the magic he pulled off round one.
Yeah. Maybe even takes the ace this time.
This is interesting. We are seeing the Twitch here, probably in response to the Goyo shields, if I were to guess, the Goyo canisters. Just trying to get those out of the way.
Yeah, being able to break those without sacrificing a play to do so is great.
Yeah, these are good angles from EKU as well. And then on the clock, see, man, they take this slow, and EKU, I mean, talk about discipline from a team. This is wow, what a great play, and the discipline to do that as well. I mean, discipline goes both ways. Know when to peek and know when to not, and he finds his second. Can he find another?
Looks like Think is going.
Think of the magnet as your lucky charm.
Bomb is gonna rotate, or no, Marmalade actually is gonna rotate up top. It's a matter of holding all the angles here. We'll go around. 5 versus 3, a minute and a half on the clock. Feels pretty similar to last round, or round 1, I suppose.
It feels like EKU is very confident on this bottom floor pick
Attackers
here.
have recovered their diffuser.
So that'll be diffuser, and they know that that's where Think got the spawn peak because of where it was dropped. Oh, and their spider senses are tingling. They should trust them. Lomo finds bomb. Anakin will find Lomo though on the trade. Oh, and they've got him spotted. Will take the gunfight. Will back off. A great play from Sin. Discipline that we were talking about.
Losing the health's unfortunate, but keeping the life is very big.
Very true. Very true. Ash charge going through. Will break some soft wall.
Going live.
slowly but surely, the tortoise wins the race. 30 seconds. Peekaboo.
Drop the bomb diffuser.
And that'll be 2.
Great play.
Great plays from
Did
EKU.
they get 3 or 4 there?
3. Got 3 in that round.
They got that last one there.
Yeah, they picked up the first 2, and then they got that last one. I believe Lomo got 1, and Kolvik's got the other.
We are seeing some great plays.
Yeah, and there it is.
EKU.
Think leading 7-1. There comes the cap can pick. Triple cap can coming out.
Triple cap can on them doors.
And Sin also helping out. 5 and 3. Everyone doing their due diligence, but I mean, Think is really taking
Attackers
over
need
this
to
one.
locate and defuse
FC is a
bomb.
lot more slow and methodical than we were seeing last week. So
Yeah.
we might not get to see the funny kill with the 3 cap cans, but
True.
here's hoping. Fingers crossed we get another one here.
Yeah, it's a very interesting play style, but I do think it goes to show that, you know, EKU, they have the fundamentals, they're doing the right things in all situations to be able to play 2 teams with so distinctly different play styles
Oh yeah.
and still do just as well.
Razor wire ready.
Getting
10
an early
seconds remaining.
3-1 lead too.
On the defense, so it is pretty,
5 seconds left.
you know, it can be lopsided towards that. But just a way to withstand the pressure.
Attackers objective
You know, that
is
discipline that we're talking about, it matters. You know, I was going to say, if this were my ranked games, we get to a minute and a half, no gunfights are on the ground, dude. People are just swinging. Just
Oh,
taking
yeah.
gunfights, taking challenges they don't need to be.
Which is always cool to see the differences in play styles, even between games.
Yeah.
Like Valorant, when they're playing slow, it's honestly just as smart to play slow, but you'll see so many people swing out.
Oh, yeah. I will say, I feel like FC, while they're playing very methodical and it's working, I feel like they're not matching utility as well as they should be, but Bomb will find Think. It's going to put some of the onus onto the rest of the players of the EKU roster to make something work here.
I think getting picked first is scary, but we still do have those cap cans wherever they put them.
It's true. Wouldn't it be crazy if you got a kill from beyond the grave?
Mindset.
Might see it. Maybe Think can still be the clutch.
Oh, that timing. He would have seen his feet. Info lost. Nevertheless. And again, FC with the top down clear. And it's going to be about the pressure here on Sen. He's got to stay up. Couple members of EKU on the second floor. Scrim is pretty close to getting torn apart here. C4 goes out, will not connect. Sen and Lomo withstanding the battleground. And these angles, oh, they can do devastating things. A minute on the clock, though. 4v5. Lomo is stuck. Very soon going to turn to a 3v5 up here.
My toxic babes are in.
Cap can
There's
from
the
beyond the
cap can.
grave. And Lomo finds a nice headshot onto Bomb.
I was impressed. I didn't even see them.
And he's out of there. And this is a great way to get out of that pinch. He was there before, got dropped. Way to rotate out.
Absolutely.
And now, what was a strong round start for Fisher has found its way into a 30-second, you know, 1 life deficit. And how do you convert this?
So we are seeing Lomo hurt here. Still, we have the number advantage right now.
Yeah, and they're just stacking sight. They're just not roaming anymore. This is pure make them swing us, make them take multiple gunfights at once. They can do it at the same time. Moko finds one. Ryan on the trade. Lomo with the refrag. Sin will drop
picks it up.
Anakin. Very clean round from EKU.
You know, maybe one of these rounds we just spent a whole round watching those cap cans, seeing where Think puts the triple.
I mean, he
cap
got
can
a
on the
kill
door.
from beyond the grave. I mean, the man does it all in life and death.
I'm going back to that castle pick after getting your beyond the grave cap can. They got their one for the game.
Now those great plays by Sin and Lomo as well. They withstand the pressure up top. I thought for sure Lomo was gonna get, you know, 4-footed out again. He stays alive. The Capcan helps him out. He finds a crazy pick and he rotates out of there. A great play from him and an astounding play from Sin as well to just keep him backed up.
Yes.
Second floor, we return. And it's going to be a 4-1 lead for EKU.
At the end of that game, those trades were just perfect.
Strong.
One after the other. Making sure you don't let a life go wasted.
10
This
seconds
lion
remaining.
pick for Fisher is new.
So with that slow, methodical play style, it'd be pretty good to make sure
Attackers have located a
when you're
bomb.
finally
Attackers
doing that
ejected.
execute, they can't move from where they were.
Yeah, just looking to gain some more info.
Adding some protection from grenades.
Info junkies, as it were. Wonder, no, I thought we might see Thing go for a spawn peek here, but looks like he's just roaming a little bit.
At least for EKU, my prediction has been wrong.
So far, Wyatt across cafe. A little bit of noise.
Which,
Next to Lomo.
this game compared to last week's has had a whole lot less of that just eerie silence we were talking about.
There's a couple rounds where it's felt, you know, you could feel the tension, but otherwise, a lot of, you know, push and pull. Everyone's applying the map pressure that they need to.
It seems to be a lot of both teams knowing exactly where the other people are. It's just a question of, oh, it looks like we have Sin going down.
Sin gets punished here, and the
And
grenade will
grenade.
chase him. Yeah, I thought he might figure out a way out of that, but the grenade will follow. Here comes the lion. That's gonna hold a lot of people in their tracks for EKU. No punish out of Fisher though. Okay, the problem with this spot is if you get stuck, it is over. Ryan takes down Think. I'll put EKU in the 3 versus 5. Bomb with the cleanup on the
That's a scary
Moko.
situation for EKU to be in, having both Think and Sin drop.
Getting us more intel.
But we saw some good stuff from Kolvix last week.
Oh, and almost pinged. I mean, a minute on the clock, though. I mean, it's not like this is unreasonable. If they funnel in, if they make a mistake, but Bomb is going to clear that up, and so
And
is
they
Spring.
find
That's a
Momo.
flawless. From FC. What an angle, too.
Oh, yeah. Which we are seeing that side switch here,
Yeah.
so.
That'll be the half. So, 4-2 going into the half. Think helping lead that EKU roster. On the other side, Marmalade and Bomb. And Ryan, an even effort between the three. Sin and Lomo helping back that up. And Moko and Kolvix being a nice supporting cast. Especially Moko. 4 assists to his name thus far.
Oh, yeah.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So it's going to be interesting to see how FC plays on defense, given their particular style of play on offense. Do you have any predictions for that?
I'm not too sure. They played super smart, so I'm worried to see how they're going to play on this defense. They're probably going to have some. We're definitely seeing some crazy angles, and possibly this might be where we get that spawn peek in. I will be shocked if it's not even tried once on Cafe.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Very nice drone location there. Beautiful from Kolvix.
10 seconds
And
left.
if you're EKU here, you're pretty confident going into this half, especially Think going 8-3 into the next half is really impressive.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
And here we go. Now we do see a couple of picks. This is pretty much an entirely different roster comp than what we saw from FC. We got the Capital, we've got the Nomad, Striker, and Hibana. And this is just kind of a polar opposite of what Fisher is doing on the offensive side. So it should be interesting to see how this is going to work here. Because they're already making some sort of pressure moves over towards top.
Seeing that play was. I did not know where they were going with that, but I immediately realized throwing that a grenade into that wall just to be able to use your util to break it is
Yeah.
really smart.
Countering the Aruni util, here comes the drone, and it will get a lot of info. But no kills as of yet.
Loading dart.
So lots of info gained for EKU, and I am fairly confident here that Fisher is not playing with more than one roamer at max. So, going to be a bit of a more sight-heavy approach to the game, which does check out the way they play offense.
Oh yeah.
I'm throwing frag.
Adding some protection from grenades. Perimeter defense.
EKU doing a great job here of working
Oh,
to
what a
find
play
that.
to
That's a
that hole.
great nade, and it will
What a
find
nade.
one. Lomo. Is he gonna find a second? Oh, he wants to take this. Now you found your first. With a minute on the clock, can you make good use of the crack in the armor?
Looks like we do have Think down in the floor now.
Swapping mags.
And we have two
Moko
people,
does a
Moko
great
punching.
job of following up. That will find the second on Anakin, and that's great teamwork.
Yeah. And with a minute left, we
Loading
have two boots on the
magazine.
ground here.
Ooh, Ryan takes down Lomo.
Knock knock.
50 seconds on the clock. Scrim finds Sen.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Ooh, and Bomb finds Moko. And just like that, that's what time pressure can do to you.
Yeah.
Get caught in a position where they have to make a play with so little time left, even after a beautiful first blood. That's just not how you want things to go.
Think of the magnet.
Yeah, it's 40 seconds.
Absolutely see Kolvik's clean
Magnet
here.
activated.
15 seconds left.
No time is the problem. No diffuser, no time.
And
Rocks
they got
out.
held down.
And that's a tough round to lose.
Which it is that upstairs pick, which is one of the, I would say, better sides to defend on. Cafe.
FC, they defend it. We were not able to hold on to that top site, but now they will be holding on to the kitchen. Can EKU break the site they held so well? And the Jackal Pick will come out here. And really, I think what he's just wanting to do is get some more information.
Most.
Figure out where they need to be
Attackers
going,
need
what
to
plays
locate
they
and
need to be
defuse
making.
as many bombs as they can.
Which could be pretty good if we do see a roam from FC this round, but they were tending to be a pretty heavy stay on site team that first round.
Loading
So
mag.
Lomo's wanting to just save his drone there.
Jammer. Whoa, reinforced.
Ready and waiting.
Reloading.
We will see the switch off for Think and Sin.
10 seconds left.
The Deimos will work to get the same
5
sort of
seconds
info
to
that
go.
Jackal did.
Throwing
Got
magnet.
to reload.
Attackers' objective is to defuse
And
the
we're
bomb.
off.
That Ram pick's probably trying to see what we saw some of last week, getting on that floor above them and just breaking that entire ceiling, having all of those angles to just shoot down on them from above.
Loading new mag.
And this is interesting. They're going to go up top here, and this is going to be a top-down clear. They're going to clear top floor, take vertical space where they can, and work down this way. Very different from the way that FC attacked a basement. We'll see if different is better.
Which this playstyle really does match their team comp, like I said, with that Ram being able to just break the entire floor above. What an angle there.
Yeah, I mean, that's disgusting. I mean, there's really nothing else you could say to that besides that's utterly disgusting.
Swapping mags.
FC, I'm not sure if they have anyone really running at all that's not on the first floor. It looks like it's just going to be a total and utter control of the first floor across all dimensions, except for the vertical point.
Which we'll see how that works out for them. It could be smart.
This is pretty reminiscent of EKU's setup, but here comes the floor break, and you're really just looking to find any sort of info that you can onto the actual site from up here. And they're looking, not finding. Minute on the clock. Gotta speed this up. Do not want a repeat of last round.
Connection lost. Alert disarmed.
Flashes out. Execute coming soon-ish.
Establishing link.
Still, no one has found their way onto site from EKU. As Moko, I think he wants to drop his hatch.
Oko's definitely teetering on the edge there.
Problem is he has diffuser. If he drops this without support, and he drops, this is almost certainly round over. Here he goes. We'll drop in, and no one's inside.
That's a full site rush.
And Kolvix is there for support. He's not going to get challenged. Kolvix is going to find one. The diffuser is going to go down. Think finds the second. Lomo finds 3. Marmalade does what he can. Takes down Lomo. Ryan tries to make this interesting. We'll find the second, but Moko's going to get that trade. Finds 2. Ends the round.
Moko.
A beautiful offense.
I mean, just like they played it on defense, slow and steady does win the race here for EKU.
I mean, wow. I mean, that was almost unbelievable. They get all the information. They clock exactly where all 5 of the players are for FC. And they go, wait, there's no one in A.
Yeah.
They drop down the hatch. They take the plant. And they find that the cleanup kills after the fact once the panic ensues. And that is a beautiful way.
Absolutely. In these tag shooter games, once that
Attackers need to locate and
diffuser,
defuse bomb.
almost said spike like last week, once that diffuser is down, there is so much pressure on the defenders to take that space.
Absolutely.
They're practically just playing offense again on the retake, but with
way
a
less
fourth of
time.
the time.
Yeah, way less time. Here in game number 1, the score is 5-3, and EKU need to put this at 1 to go to secure a guaranteed OT. They need 2 more to take map number 1. Send us to map 2.
Looks like we were getting those electric
10
walls
seconds to
in
insertion.
here to kind of counteract that Habana hard breach.
Yep, and Rooney will be doing her best. IQ pick's gonna come out from Sen.
Attackers
And this is
attempted
interesting,
to
we're seeing a
locate bomb
bandit
and defuse
pick
it.
now.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure that we've really seen the Habana being used on any sort of hard wall.
Yeah,
It's
been
mostly been used to clear out the
countering
castle.
Yeah. Let's see. Uh-oh.
Oh,
We got this Bundy. Oh, but they...
oh, he's still
Oh.
going for it. That's the Valk too. That's gonna be Ryan's arrow. Ooh. I mean, talk about, an inch away from life and death.
Oh, yeah, that was...
Attackers located a bomb.
I think both teams are happy. No one was.
No
taken
one's
out
over
there.
peeking there. Yeah.
It was a scary little game of cat and mouse, though.
This will be second floor. So, a lot of the play going to be up on top, but the bomb site is actually on second. Mocha makes entry into piano.
Hacking. Hack interrupted.
As EKU, they're looking to take some pretty strong space here. And they will begin excavating the 3rd floor.
I don't know if they've noticed the person holding that long angle. Oh, there's contact with them. 'Cause I did notice a drone earlier did not pick them up.
Guards hacking.
They will get the red ping out. The problem is behind that hard wall, not a lot you can do. And you're not really wanting to swing with the Habana out. We'll do it though. We'll break the castle open. And they are working to get a solid clear across. And Kolvix finds the crack.
Source converted.
And with that, I do think they got mostly control.
They find Anakin.
Attackers drop.
Trades go back and forth, but they do have, like you were saying.
There's one more on the stairs. They might have backed out by now.
Yeah, and that's going to be full
Oh.
control. Oh, I was about to say full control of top 4, but Bomb takes a nice swing. 3v3 with 50 seconds. And simplifying this stuff does make it easier. Bomb tries to deal with the drone, but a good play from Lemo.
Drone activated.
Diffuser's still not recovered quite yet.
Yeah, it is scary. They have bomb on that angle the moment they start stepping up.
And that will take down the Aruni.
Throwing smoke grenade.
Attackers have recovered
20
their-
seconds though. I feel like you've wasted too much time in this situation, stalling out for that stair player.
15 seconds.
You gotta
to go.
figure out
We
what you
might,
want to
we
do.
might just drop and go straight into B.
Yeah, it's
here,
gonna
but-
be over the edge, but the castle's up. Valkyrie finds one, finds two,
Attackers recovered the
finds almost
No.
three. Sen's gonna be able to pick that one up, but they will take the round.
operators. You are out of time.
Bomb on that stairs just held so much
Yeah.
pressure on the team on that diffuser.
Pretty much stops their push altogether. If he's not there, if they relinquish control of the top floor, then we potentially see a round win for EKU. But Bomb, he makes the difference.
Oh yes, which EKU is still in the lead here, 5-4, but that gap is getting scarily small.
Yeah, and this is, you always want to clear out leads like this. You know, a 2-round lead feels good, it looks good,
Bombs as they
Oh yeah,
but it's dangerously thin.
it's that 2-round lead is nice because you have that wiggle room that if you lose one round, you're still up.
Deploying jammer.
But then when you lose
Attackers
it,
are
you're in
located
that
a bomb.
It's deceiving.
you're in that risk of catching up.
Bomb and Ryan Zera, 10 each, as they lead FC. It's still the case. Think, Sin, Lomo, doing great work here for EKU. Moko and Kolvix also doing a wonderful job supporting the
10
rest of the
seconds left
squad.
before insertion.
But Bomb and Ryan Zera, I mean, they are doing
5
a
seconds to go.
great job.
Which it looks like we are seeing Hibana switched out for
Attackers are
Zofia
heading out
here.
to defuse a bomb.
'Cause, I mean, you do have that concussive grenade on Zofia that does essentially the same when it comes to those castle balls. Just quicker.
We're back on third floor.
Activating drone.
And FC, they held this so well in round number 1 of this half.
Yeah, this is definitely a scary round if you're EKU.
Shock. Aircraft in position.
Sophia trying to clear out.
Oh!
What a dirty angle from Anakin. So this is gonna be a first blood that we desperately needed to not have. Oh, are we gonna see the same grenade here? No, he doesn't need no grenade. He'll find the kill straight with his gun and Marmalade drops.
Drone active.
Yeah, that new jammer is not what you want. Minute 45. Now, what do you think the route is here for EKU?
They were... I'm not too sure, but I was seeing something on that lower floor. I think your EKU here, as scary as it is, rounds like this, you just
Oh.
especially now that
Attackers
it's a
dropped the
3v4,
diffuser.
2v4. These are the rounds that you just want to hope you get your gunfights and you just play,
Attackers recovered
even play
the
into a
diffuser.
bit. Don't play risky, but play confident.
Think has the potential here. You know, the key point for EKU here is they have a lot of info
And Kolvix finds
and
one.
they make it work. 2 versus 2 now.
The question is, do they swing this corner and get a pick on Kolvix?
Yeah, you have to read bomb here.
Attackers have dropped
He's
the bomb.
making it swing for
Attackers
it.
have
Think
recovered.
will drop. 40 seconds on the clock. Kolvix.
Let's get you on your feet.
So they're not going to put enough pressure on Kolvix that he can't get the pickup here, but a combined of 85 health
There's
is
the
not where
pressure.
you want to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was the pressure.
I mean, with the defense this solid, 85 health is just not enough for the
Yeah.
team to have.
Round 11. This is for the lead. Teams to guarantee overtime.
Which, as stressful as it has to be for both teams, is kind of what you expect in this upper level of play. It's not going to be an easy game one way or
No.
another.
We were looking really strong first half of this game. Don't get me wrong, we're still looking strong, but that lead has dwindled to naught.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And it's resilience, it's discipline. How bad do you want it early in the season?
Which, this isn't coming as much of a surprise from FC here because of just how slow and tactical they played that offense round. Having a strong defense is unsurprising.
100%.
My maggots will protect us. You can
Leaning
run
into the
away from any
defensive sided nature of the map as well.
And what a
Majority
drone
rounds.
from Colvix right
Yeah.
here. Just take a moment to
10
appreciate
seconds
that
left
angle
before
it
insertion.
has.
New camera feed up and running.
5 seconds to insertion.
We are now protected.
This will be good.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
The name of the game is info. Info is the name of the game. As it seems like when EKU, when they have the right info, enough to make informed decisions, they clean house. I mean, talk about their last run they had on this first floor site and kitchen. Have enough info to make the right call.
Ooh, but do
Here you may lose to some lack of info. Bomb, I think,
they? Oh,
why
the
that spawn
slow-mo
peak.
curve that they're right below. Your FC, you can hop right out that window, get that pig, and get right back in safely.
I will watch over us.
I think Bomb wants it. Nah, he doesn't want it that
back
bad.
down the stairs.
Ooh, he's right there though. Maybe he wants it.
Long mags.
No, it looks like he backed out there.
Info on Warden.
Drone active.
He's still holding that angle, just not playing it too risky.
A minute's gone by here. And round number 11.
Swapping mags.
There it is. There's that eerie silence in the early
Yeah.
part of a siege match.
The tension is building. The timing, the angle. Oh. I think Jess misses a first blood. And good on him. He doesn't chase. The good news is EKU has pretty much relegated
We're in
most
that
of
same
FC.
spot we were
Yeah.
last time we won this round.
Yep. Relegating FC down to basement, cleaning up the top four. The only difference is you can see FC playing inside of both sites. They are not willing to give up a free plan again. However,
Deploying drones.
if you're covering a different angle, that means that one angle is open somewhere. You can only cover so much if you're FC. What did you leave open? What can the Colonels exploit? Drones are in. I think they want to do it again, but here comes a swing. Gunfights, tags are in for both. Colvix is lit up, so is Marmalade.
And it looks like Colvix is mad about that, looking for that kill.
Yeah, Sin will help him out. He will get revenge for his weakened brother. Warren targeted once more. Scrim gonna take down Colvix on the drop. The plant is going through once again from Moko. Trades go back and forth. Lomo wins out his gunfights. 3 versus 2. 20 seconds on the clock. Anakin finds Moko. The swing through. Lomo finds it.
Protected.
1 versus 2. And they get the kill.
And I know you can't see this right now, but man, we were both on the edge of our seats
Yes.
that entire round. Those are
Now-
the rounds you like to see, though, from both sides.
EKU, they have the potential to win map number 1 here, send it straight to map 2, and I mean, God, think. They put a rifle in his hand, he goes double positive. I mean, Jesus. Guy is doing a ton of work. Bomb and Ryan's Air on the other side, a commendable effort from them as well. All cylinders are firing, though, for EKU. Lomo and Sin doing a great job. Moko and Colvix doing a great job on the support.
And those plants of those diffusers have been so.
Well
they find that
executed.
they walk that line of it being a risky plan
Yep.
and
Camera feed up and
perfectly
smart
knowing
one.
knowing your teammate has your back. And that is in all tac shooters across the board. There are times when you just have to trust your teammates.
The line between risky and smart is very, very blurred and very, very thin.
And this level of play, you have to just
10
trust.
seconds to go.
I mean, I'm on a Valorant team. I've had my heart broken by holding an angle and
5
watching my
seconds.
teammate drop that defuse to try to help the angle. And it's like, you gotta trust that I had
Attackers are
it.
heading out to defuse a bomb.
And so it's more impressive, my bread and butter is Call of Duty, your bread and butter is Valorant. We come from games where minimap is so important to the way you play. These guys are doing this without a minimap.
Yes, I couldn't even
The
imagine.
communication is off the charts.
Deploying a drone.
That lack of info without a minimap. When you're playing a game that has it, it is. I've heard it described as driving a car. You're checking that minimap as much as you're checking your
The
rear
rearview
view
mirror.
mirror.
Heard the same thing. Learning COD. Imagine driving without a rear view. The semi truck of video games, truly.
What a perfect description for it.
Commendable from both teams so far. FC playing top third, holding above for the second floor hold. And you don't want to see time become an issue again if you are EKU.
But we have Think in a pretty good spot here. Already boots on the
Loading
ground.
new magazine.
There's bursts. There's bursts of contact, gunfire one way, drones fly in the other. And then it's silence once again, but here comes the swing. Scrim finds one. And you need to find this trade if you're EKU. You cannot let them get two. The gunfights are in. He's got help from Anakin. Bomb will take down Sin.
I'm reloading.
And it's a collapse into itself. Ryan finds Lomo. Think we'll pick up Scrim now. And with a minute on the clock and the right plays, this isn't impossible, just improbable, but the swing is in. Anakin finds Thing. And the trades are there. We're going OT map 1.
Oh.
Wow. Talk
Just
about a nail biter.
And just a one tap to clean up the round is. Whew.
Oh, man. So far, defense has reigned supreme in this game, and defense will be gifted to FC going into our first round of overtime. And remember, it is just pretty much a best of 3 from here.
And truly,
Attackers
as
need to
scary
locate
as it
and
is to
defuse
go
the
into
bomb.
this on attack with EKU, it is the spot you want to be. Because if you win that attack, we had defense locked down. That is where we got our lead, was on defense. So if we win this round, we can go pretty confident into that defense round.
Yeah, I imagine we'll pick basement. And FC, I mean, they are just good at the one defensive thing on this map we are not. Could have probably went up 6-0 in the first half if we were stronger on our upstairs holds. And FC, I mean, they have made it look easy up on third floor.
Oh, yeah.
5 seconds left.
What can we do as the Colonels to figure out their setup and break it down bit by bit?
Whoa, reinforced!
Just a terrifying spot to be in for both teams right now.
It's always a little nerve-wracking. I don't know about you, but I don't know, actually. I say that, but, when I'm thinking about, overtime, I get more nervous. I get more nervous in the second to last round than I do in the last round.
Preparing
IEDX.
Because once EKU takes this round, they're pretty secure in that defensive round. So this round is
Reloading.
possibly the decider.
Up for grabs, indeed.
got Lomo debating whether or not they're ready to jump through that window.
EKU
Going up and running.
probably need to be a little bit quicker with the decisions here. You don't want to end up in a time trap like you did before, but the problem is if you don't accurately get your information,
I will watch over us.
Drone activated.
would you rather be a blind squirrel or a slow squirrel, I suppose? Lomo
Lomo finds theirs.
does find the first. Man on the clock, though, it's really not a lot of time when you think about it. Especially in these situations where things can change at a drop of a dime. And just like that, Bomb takes down Moko. 4 versus 4 now.
Reloading.
We have company.
Think is looking. Think is hunting.
Loading new.
Can you win your ones?
Reloading.
The gunfights are everything.
Especially at this point in the game with 42 seconds, this is a scary spot to be in.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
Marmalade, he finds Colvix. Ryan finds Sin. It is not looking great for the Colonels here in the first round of OT.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Ryan will drop Think. And we're going to have to win 2 back-to-back to take map number 1.
Definitely doable, but not the spot you want to be in. Like I said, those first overtime rounds can absolutely, in games like this, be the decider.
100%. As, like we talked about, first 4 kitchen will be the domain of EKU.
Definitely not a surprise. They played that first round there with it just flawlessly.
Attackers need
Just
to locate and defuse as many
wonderfully,
bombs as they
beautifully.
can.
And they are confident on this setup.
Locate
So,
the bomb.
it's a matter of playing the game you know how to play, and then turning it around and taking an offensive win in round number 2. And it looks like to me, a bit of a comp change here from the side of Fisher.
Changing mags.
As I think they're doing a little bit of strat work. We will probably see them work
Yeah.
from top
5
down
seconds to
here.
go.
It looks like they definitely took what worked with EKU and are kind of implementing in some of their strategy with that ramp.
Defense is ready.
Can you make it work? That is the question. Fisher, they've got to prove that they can win this offense on this site.
And once again, Sin is taking that aggressive angle.
And Bomb will find Think. Maybe just a little too eager. The gunfight, oh, it's so
What a
close.
pre-fire there.
Almost finds it. Oh, the nick of a head would do such good things for the side of EKU. But they can't find it. And now FC, I mean, with the early round pick, you have as much time in the world. Figure out how you want to approach this. Work it how you want to work it.
Yeah.
Make EKU prove that their setup is strong.
Which this angle right here from Sin is undiscovered. Is what it is.
Don't give up. Don't give up the drone.
We have company.
Oh,
Changing mags.
I love the chase, but just the timing does not work out on it.
Yeah, and it looked like the spot too.
Magnet activated.
Didn't get back in time.
Colvix has his cover though. A minute's gone by though, and FC, I mean, how much ground have they made? They've double checked and cleared the first 2 floors. It's a matter of clearing basement. A matter of clearing first. They have not made much progress. Here's the top-down approach we were talking about.
I will watch over us. Magnet activated.
It's hard to withstand this vertical pressure.
They got 50 seconds left on the clock and still don't have.
Kovacs with a nice win on the Anakin. That will help even things up. 40 seconds left. Bomb finds one, but the trade is in. Bomb finds two. 3 for Bomb. Kovacs trying to do work of his own. Finds Scrim. 2 versus 2. The narrow gunfight, you don't have to take it. 30 seconds on the clock. 2 versus 2.
Oh, for a second I thought Kovacs was re-swinging. That terrified me.
Bomb with a massive health deficit. And cameras are all over the site. The Maestro cams. Unlikely to be destroyed by these members. Marmalade takes a swing. Bomb finds 4.
5 seconds to go.
Begins planning. Lomo will drop. And Fisher. Wow. They battle back and they take map number 1.
And that is a heartbreaking defeat for EKU.
19 and 8 from Bomb. The 4 in the last round is what does it.
Man, and 15 and 8 on Ryan as well.
Yeah.
Those two were a force to be reckoned with that game.
Man. And that's like you said, a heartbreaking loss there.
They fought for that whole time.
And there's not really like many tweaks that you can make there. I mean, if you're looking, at individual rounds, played mostly the right way, just small errors back and forth. I think you want to look at big picture things here if you're EKU. You want to reevaluate your third floor hold specifically on defense. Fisher just winning some rounds on that floor that we are not, and that gave them a boost in the defensive apartment. And then on the other side, you want to look at, how we're approaching all of our offense rounds. Most of the time when you're attacking the basement floor, you're looking strong, you're getting the plant down in kitchen, you're doing great work there. But when you start to attack, second floor and third floor,
that third floor, it always was a struggle.
Time management looks to be what your struggle is going to be. You want to figure out how you want to approach it with the time that you have, and making, more out of your little successes. Lomo finds a first blood. How do we want to capitalize on this? And
it's that difference of that explosive play style.
Yeah. And I think, just the easiest way, I feel like, they would do elements of it, but, there's nothing better than watching a team find a pick, rotating together, and exploding onto the site.
Yes.
And figuring out, how we could make that work. Because when the team works there, it's there. They figure it out. They lay it down. They find the kills. It works. But sometimes it feels like in certain setups, in certain situations, they're just a little fragmented.
Yes. And especially on a map like Cafe, it is a good map, but you're looking at just a tall rectangle, pretty much. And a lot of that, especially that top floor, these teams, they know exactly how to open up the entire floor to where you can be on one side of it and have an angle that gets the whole corner of the other. And that was just a lot of what we were seeing, was just those teams both getting their picks from cross.
Yeah, 100%.
And what really hurt EKU on that final defense round, where we thought they could be strong, was just that fast pick.
Yeah.
They played it a bit overconfident and lost one.
Yeah, things drops instantly, and it's so hard to battle back from that, especially when it's Stink. The guy had a massive year of a game. So tough for him to battle back there. But we will now be moving on to map number 2, and that's going to be Bank, and we did see this one last week as well. And this one's all about, making sure that you know your angles. I feel like that was the name of the game for EKU last week. They were doing a stellar job. It goes deep into OT, and they just unfortunately could not pull that one out. I believe they were on offense, just like that, where they were on offense going into the last round. So
it definitely seems like EKU is a lot stronger on their defenses
for
than
sure.
their offenses.
Just a matter of figuring out how you want to play those offenses, man. And that is all it is. We are going to go to a slight break here. We do have some, it looks like lobby issues going on. Just a couple people probably resetting their PC. So we are going to take a second. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Alright, welcome back, everybody. We had some lobby issues. They needed to set up a rehost, but we are back now with map number 2 on Bank. Would you give us a little bit of a recap of map number 1 to go?
Now, map 1, that was a edge of the seat game from start to finish. We had some great plays from individual players, starting off with, it was Sin with that 4K round 1. But the problem was FC took that right back, and it still ended in a 1v1 after that 4K, and it was just a crazy round to watch. And that energy really pulled throughout that entire game of just a back and forth, ending up winning overtime for FC.
Yeah. Think had a monster game of a map 1, but from the side of FC, I believe it was Bomb who had the master class, especially in the last round to take it away. Had a 4K and a bomb plant. And it was a nail biter. It is a tough one, but there's never, you're never out of a series here.
And that is, I think, the player bans right there.
Yes. Talk about it. Talk about the player bans. I mean, it's pretty, generic stuff. You see the Yangon, Miragon, and Zombiegon. The only difference is we're seeing the Hibana instead of the Grim this time, but pretty much characteristic of the same sort of thing. EKU, they'll be on attack this time, and they are going to be pulling out Grim, since he's no longer on the ban list.
Which Grim was one I was not expecting to see, but it makes you wonder in this higher level of play how much research they might do on other teams. Because I know, at least for Valorant, the first thing you do when you start the season, you pick your maps and you pick what agent you're playing on that map. So in a game that has operator bans, it could be pretty beneficial to go in, look at the team's past plays and figure out what they're good with and ban those.
Yeah, for sure.
I know if we were playing a game and Jet got banned, I'm just out of luck.
No more dashing away from your gunfights. You must continue to take them.
I must stand there in main with my AWP and no way out.
Round number 2 here. Not round number 2. Game number 2. Round number 1 in our series. FC is up 1-0 overall. It's going to be a battle for EKU to get back into the series. But if anyone can do it, it is these lads. They can make it happen.
They're definitely a team that strives on pressure.
Early drone activity. Just looking for a lot of that info. 30 seconds gone so far. And we are in the basement, and we talked about this last week. Basement site. Probably the easiest site to hold in the game. Or if it's not, it's up there at least.
Oh, yeah.
So few angles to approach from, and you really have to think about what you're doing. And I mean, sometimes we would see FC roam. Not this time. They are locked down on site, and look at this all across the way. This has got denial all over it. Tuberel, Maestro, Rooney, and Cade. That just screams, keep the attackers out of sight. And that is going to be their game plan, as we are a minute and a half into the round, and I don't think there's been player-to-player contact yet. Still just poking and prodding. That little tension of silence. Ever so strong.
Yeah, especially those round ones, you don't want to make mistakes because that determines the
flow of the game.
Which it's less important in this game, I guess. But I'm once again Valorant brain.
The
with,
econ.
You lose that first round, it's dangerous.
Yeah, there's the Tuberel. And now it really is a matter of, can you win your gunfights? Square up and win them. And Ryan Zera, that guy can square up and win them. Moko's gonna drop.
Ryan's definitely not one you want to be swinging into.
A hard breach will go off though, so they have an avenue onto site. The problem is, it's like playing a poker hand face up.
Ryan may be able to get a second here.
Yeah,
He does.
He will. Does take some shots. Is able to back off. Anakin finds the third. Ryan finds his third. 1 versus 5 for Lomo. Surely an impossible task with 10 seconds left on the clock. Will drop to Marmalade. And a flawless round starting off. And, you know, that's realistically what should be happening on a round 1 basement.
Which we're hoping here that they played their hand early with that basement pick. And like we were saying before, EKU does seem to be a defensive-sided team. So their offense was strong last game. However, they did lose a lot more rounds in the attack than defense. So losing first round shouldn't hit too hard.
The problem is, though, you do not want to go down early like you did, or like FC did against you in map number 1. FC, they were able to make it work off the back of a very strong third floor site hold. EKU, you want to go ideally into this at least having won 2 to 3 offensive rounds, more if you can manage it. And it's all a matter of the perspective. Lots of red pings coming out.
10 seconds to go.
Not necessarily sure if we need them.
They do know
5
now
seconds
that
to
there is a
insertion.
frost.
That's got to be careful for him.
Oh yeah.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb. Attackers dropped the diffuser. Attackers recovered the diffuser.
The dock is new as well. We were talking about the spawn peaks. Do you think we see those?
Maybe. Probably not until they're in that room right there. They were just shooting.
Yeah, not this round it for sure. We would have seen it already.
Deploying rocket mat. Line set.
Some early info.
Reloading, cover me.
We saw a lot of this
Changing mag.
specific angle from Thing last week on that balcony. Was it Think last week that did the same like 3 drones?
I
trying
do
to get it
believe
to
it
work
was.
in that spot.
I do think it was Think. I think it was Think.
Yeah.
Flores drone going out now.
There it is.
We'll get rid of the shield and do a little bit of damage to Doc, but and just like that, we're a minute and a half into the round. And I think right now, I mean, I'll give them a pass. You know, hitting basement on this map, time tedious, and just honestly, it's just terrible. You hate doing it. I still feel like they're using too much time for this clear. Even just in terms of getting information. Just feels like it's taking a while, but Moko does take down bomb. The crack is found. Now, can we explode onto site like we were talking about?
Swapping mags.
Ryan finds Think and then Marmalade finds Coldix. It's not over, but it just got a lot harder for EKU.
Yeah, especially with 50 seconds on the clock. They have got to get moving here. Good news is they've got a lot of info. The Grimbees are certainly going to aid in that. A couple of tags will go through Scrim, gonna get weaker. Will need the Doc stem soon if he wishes to return to full health.
Holding dark.
Shots go back and forth. Marmalade will drop Moko.
Attackers dropped the bomb.
Ryan finds a second. Sin will be able to take down one, but
15
another
seconds to
impossible
go.
task here.
Yeah, they're not gonna swing him here. They're just gonna let him swing
10
into
seconds
it.
left.
And then there's got
There
rid
it
of
is.
it. Great hold there from Ryan, though. You can't even be upset with how clean those shots were.
So far, not looking super strong here for EKU. And Ryan, I mean, on the other side, 6-0 to start us off.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And they will be forced to go to first floor now, and they will be open and printer, I do believe. Office and printer.
Bomb located by attackers.
Yep, it is. And again, FC, they are focused on that denial.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of work from Marmalade this game. Marmalade and Ryan both sitting with
9
a
combined.
3-0 and a 6-0.
10 seconds to go.
Really, no one else on the team has had much to do. Anakin did contribute 1, but other than that, put your mouse down, set your keyboard to the side, and just relax.
Yeah, this is one of those games you have chess on the other monitor. Just keep switching over.
Oh man, not the chest on the other monitor. No. Thrown out.
I think's real happy that unlike last week, we don't have the mute to just keep stopping those.
Yeah, no real intel denial from FC besides just the barrels of their guns, but this does have stall written all over it. Castle looking to stall those rotations. Frost, they stall the entry. Smokes. That's going to be for post-plant, so is the Maestro and the Wamai taking care of that util. Are seeing a bit more heavy of a roam here from the Fisher College.
And we did get to see that shield be broke there with the Flores drone.
Good scrim will take down Think, and the problem is
Changing mags.
he kind of just pop up and take the gunfights as he chooses. It's so difficult to figure it out here.
Some good pressure there from Lomo.
Yeah, but it's just too shallow. Will force Scrim out, but Lomo is not able to take care of the frost trap as he jumps in. He will go down, and that's going to be a huge health deficit here. And wow, what a play by Bomb. Stays behind the wall, pops up when he needs to, finds the kill, health advantage, and life advantage to Fisher College.
And there is some good trigger discipline from Bomb there.
Good shot by Moko. Takes damage immediately on the return. I would have walked into that frost trap right there. I would have.
You know, I probably would have too. Which even though the camera didn't scan, they definitely got intel there with breaking it.
30 seconds. And it's going to be on Lomo to get this bomb to sight. I fear the worst for EKU, that they're all going to funnel. They'll run into a gun. There's the first, there's the second, there's the third. And
As you said, funnel into a gun, it happened.
that's great shots too. Not at all the start you want to see if you're EKU. And I mean, this, honestly, this feels like Fisher College's bread and butter. I mean, they feel like they know this map. They knew Cafe. Cafe was close. This so far,
They have a tight defense going here.
yeah, if you're EKU, you really just look at a way to stop the freight train. I mean,
That is still a 5-0 and a 6-0 from Ryan. And
it's
Marlon.
11 total.
Attackers have discovered the location of the bomb.
I mean, both of those guys, I don't want to call it out, but they've got more kills than we've got combined. It's just a matter of getting the guns hot, figuring out, you know, the strategy. You know, Cafe, we kept it close.
10 seconds to
We
go.
both knew that map, but I think, you know, FC is to bank as
5
we
seconds
are to
left before
chalet.
insertion.
I mean, these guys, they look
Attackers are heading out to
confident
defuse
here
the
on
bomb.
bank. Can we take a round? Can we start stealing stuff away? You know, if you walk out of this half 2-4, you're happy.
Loading mag.
Yes. Kind of similar to the 9-3 curse, that when a map is defense-sided, it might look like all hope is lost, but you win those couple rounds, that shows you're a good team ready to fight. We'll have to see how EKU does here in this round.
Activated.
I almost kind of want to see if playing a little faster here in the early round would be beneficial. The red ping doesn't need to come out there, I don't think. You really want to be careful about using your red pings with your drones here, because it notifies the enemy that they've been pinged. Yellow pings are the way to go. Marmalade swings and he's going to take down Kolvix.
I'm not sure how strategies work at this high level of siege, but it feels like we're really needing to have a buddy system going.
I'm not even convinced that it's just people aren't in the positions to trade. I think that it's just a matter of the way the gunfights are being taken by FC. They're always in a place that they can get out quickly.
Yeah.
Drone out.
I can think of 2 times for sure where they found a kill, they immediately dropped down behind cover. It's like, there's no way you're catching that trade. So difficult. They're making it so tough.
That is the scary thing about Siege, is more times than not, they're not going to be on the site. You just have to figure out. It's a game of hide and seek. for the
It's a
first half of the
puzzle.
game.
Can you put the puzzle together? Does it make sense? This is tough.
Located a bomb.
And we'll get rid of the Cade, but Ryan is gonna find Moko. Bomb with the C4, bomb with the bomb if you would. And with 40 seconds on the clock, you can wrap this one up. There's no way EKU can win this round here on
Attackers
the
have recovered their
offensive.
diffuser.
Although, if anyone does have a chance, it is Think. We're almost getting theirs there. Think finds one. Momo finds one.
Hold on.
Remaining.
Did I speak too soon? Win your gunfights!
Momo
Win
finds
your
another.
gunfights! I'm just gonna get this
Momo's
diffuser down.
Fuse can Think cover it. Think goes down.
Marmalade.
Attackers activating.
Oh,
on
and
the
the
C4.
C4.
To protect it.
They make it interesting.
And shooting the body there is not necessary. Not necessary at all.
They make it interesting, but unfortunately, just too little time there to get the plan off and make it work. So, EKU's still looking to get their first round, but, you know, like we were talking about, you walk away 2-4. You're pretty happy with this.
Yeah, we really just don't want to see a clean sweep. on
Yes,
all
going
six
down
here.
6-0 would be catastrophic. But, I mean, again, this team has come back from down 6-0 on a
Yeah.
defensive sided map.
That,
So,
I mean, Think and Lomo there, they
almost made something crazy
put up a
happen.
fight. And like I've been saying from the start, Think is that you never. I will never not put my money
Yeah.
on Think in a clutch situation.
He can make it work for sure.
And it looks like we had a glass pick, switching back to Capital there.
10 seconds.
I thought that was going to be interesting because they are on that second floor, but
5 seconds left.
I like-
looks like we're locking in. We got Nomad here.
I like that Montaigne pick.
Attackers
Monty could be
objective is
really
to locate a bomb
beneficial.
and defuse it.
Reload.
Change it up,
And we
figure
just
it out.
gotta, once again, figure out what's going on. We might even go faster here in this round. Looks like they're breaking some of the windows. Looking out for that dog spawn peek. You gotta be so careful with that. And we got one pushed way up into the lobby there. So let's hope we'll find them before we break that door down. Or wait, where are they? They're not.
They're
They're in the
wrapping
corner,
around.
yeah.
Yeah, they're wrapping around. Lots of presence
What's
up
that
top.
misleading from the
Yeah.
the
A bomb
cheat
has been
vision,
located.
as one could say. Super.
And FC spread out horizontally, but not vertically, so not a lot of
Yeah.
presence on the middle
And
fours.
a
Wow.
knife from Ryan on Kolvik's here.
RCE Latero.
That is.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
And then Bomb finds Moko here. This is not the spot you want to be in as EKU. On a solid defense like this, getting 2 down that fast is dangerous work.
Can you figure out how you want to approach with 2 down? And like we were talking about, you know,
It's gonna
not
be tough.
not a vertical spread at all. It's just a horizontal area control, and you can do so much from this top 4, especially in terms of controlling lobby.
And they ping that frost trap, and it looks like they're not quite holding sight, but you still gotta be careful of those off angles.
Swapping mags.
Problem is,
You might be able to get onto A here, but you should be
Yeah.
careful of the person holding Hall. Looks like there's 2 people holding Hall now.
yeah, when you're down numbers, you
But we'll see. Lomo knows they're there.
can't really be slow and steady because you only got a minute.
What
But-
you want ideally to happen here is we know there's 2 up on that balcony. If we can get a push at the same time here as Lomo swings them at the same time as the person Think and Sin both in lobby
Attackers
there.
recovered the bomb diffuser.
Oh, if they missed a shot, so they know he's there on the right.
Yeah, and Sin wants to swing here. 40 seconds. I mean, you gotta swing something. Does find the first.
First one, but just dropped by Anakin here.
The swings are still coming in, but
And we once again got Think and Lomo, but Think falls to Anakin. And it's just Lomo on site, but getting sprayed down by 2 people, and Ryan takes them down.
and that's round 5, going the way of FC.
5-0 is not the situation you want to be in on a round 6.
Gotta win one.
Does FC have what it takes to go 6-0 before the half changes?
You gotta win one. You gotta win one. If you're EKU, you gotta take a moment. I mean, it's staff that's open. This is the site you should theoretically win.
We got Ryan with that 9-1.
Yeah.
Marmalade with that 8-0.
8-0.
This is
Defenders,
just
protect your bombs from being
2
defused by
giants we
attackers.
have to take down just to even get onto that site.
Get on the site, get onto the scoreboard.
Attackers have located a bomb.
EKU still looking for their first, and it's such a shift from map number 1. I think it goes to show whose pick was what.
Yes. But we do have that Ash coming in. Maybe some faster plays here could be the solution. That's what we were talking about last round. They're playing tactically, but it's still costing them. No matter how tactically, how smart you play, if you lose your gunfight, it
10
is still
seconds
just dangerous. So maybe the solution here is to just
5 seconds
rush
to go.
FC, catch them off guard. They're expecting that slow push, and just see
Attackers
what
are
works.
moving
At
to
this
defuse the
point,
bomb.
you don't got much to lose.
Attackers
Maybe
have
we
dropped
see
bomb
the-
diffuser.
Maybe we
Attackers
see a
recovered
rush
the bomb
push here. No.
We still have that stall comp. Even if we do rush, we gotta be careful of that frost.
Oh, that's true. The frost map's so dangerous. And I mean, again, look at their team comp. It's all built to stall. They expect a rush onto the site. EKU are moving a little faster here, though.
Yeah, we might have an early fight coming down there in that first floor.
Gunshots go either way, but no one prevails just yet. And we do have some players from FC up on third floor, as we did the first round.
Which we still got Think right there on his favorite balcony. But Bomb does find Moko. And putting us in a 4v5 on this defense, that is almost a death sentence. We do have some tagged on scrim here, but
Going for a drive.
The health advantage is not enough to convert for sure. Kolvik's, though,
Kolvis
finds
does find
Anakin.
Anakin. And escapes that fight unscathed, it would seem.
The difficult part is actually kind of about battling into the site here. They've got some information both ways. Flashbang out, and he'll use this to fly on in.
Sin does get the entry.
And close, but no cigar on the wall bang. Again, there
There
it is.
it is.
Through the wall, great yellow
Amazing work
ping.
from Sin. And Kolvix finds Ryan here.
Can they find one? Can they go up on the board? The gunfight comes in from Lomo, and
This is
the
a 4v1, but this is Marmalade. They have not died yet this game.
if they pull this off, that would be absolutely diabolical. Surely there's no way. And if you win, there's a little bit of hope when you go into the defense. Tags go in. Marmalade, I mean, the guy is somehow living his best life. Take him down.
I know, and there's
him
Colvick's
down.
finally taking down the champion of this game.
Marmalade, he drops. Finally, 8-1. And Ryan, I mean, we can't understate that. 9-2 for
That
him.
is just crazy work on defense from FC here.
As we go into
Let's
that.
hope EKU has a stronger defense than they did an offense on this one, because as we were saying at the start, though, this is kind of a strong defense map and a strong defense team.
Yeah.
So this could just be the battle of defense here.
Yeah, we are going to take an EKU timeout here, and I think, this timeout is really... Alright, guys, how do we want to approach our defense? We're down 4. Can we, figure out how we want to rally back here? Can we, string a few rounds together? I'm pretty sure they're confident in their basement hold. I'm pretty sure they're confident in their third floor hold. The problem is going to be, you have to make it through 5 rounds, and you can't give up. You can't give up 2.
Yes.
You're gonna have to win a staff open, printer. One of those first 4 sites, you're gonna have to win a defense on that floor. Can you do it?
Yes. It's going to be hard.
Indeed, it will be.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Setting Volcan.
Set up here for EKU, and I mean, again, same sort of deal. Denied. The mute jammers are out. Valkyrie cams, you can't play this guy without Valkyrie. There's so much space. You need those cams extra. And the Smoke and Goyo are going to be those late round denial.
5 seconds left
And
before
this is
insertion.
kind of interesting. Usually I feel like you don't see a buck on the
Attackers are
basement.
heading out to defuse a bomb.
I feel like he's, usually reserved for second floor, third floor kind of pushes.
And that is Marmalade, so
He knows better than me.
yeah. Pretty confident.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it's played out here.
So we're off. As we begin moving forward, and this is interesting.
Not sure what the plan is there, but
Drone up.
I will say, EKU more comfortable with roaming around on this site than FC was. We noticed FC playing a lot tighter around the site, whereas EKU, they're not worried to roam. They're not worried to play above. Stall is the name of the game.
yes, but it could be a blessing or a curse having some lurks here.
True. If you get picked up, all of a sudden, FC's job of breaking into this site gets a lot easier.
Yeah, it takes away the upward battle and makes it more of an even fight. Because in most tag shooters like this, a life traded on defense is much worse than a life traded on offense.
Reloading ammo.
And so it begins that eerie tension that grows in the air. They try to figure out where they want to go. And FC, I mean, I think they're working this pretty similar to how they did offense on Cafe. Top down, it seems to be the clear.
Stressful spot to be in here if you're EKU. But we're holding our angles. We just got to make sure we don't slip up once we actually see somebody.
Minutes on the clock yet, and FC's really haven't left top 4.
And I don't think there's been a single engagement unless they both got out unscathed this entire round.
Yeah, maybe some pop shots at one another, but no serious encounter thus far.
And which this is what we did see in game 1 with FC. They played that aggressive comp, but they waited for the opportunity. And
That's a lot of damage.
looks like I think found some damage on Marmalade here.
Oh, into the hatch. They will drop Anakin. Bomb on the trade though, and they
The
burst
trade?
through elevator. Wow, they go anyway, but the problem is they're gonna be trapped by the smoke.
Yeah, elevator is probably not where you want to be when there is a smoke on the defensive side here.
And the wall bangs are coming through on the Sin. Here comes the pressure. Can EKU withstand it? Lomo finds the first, finds the second.
15 seconds remaining.
Marmalade does his job. Marmalade does
Marmalade.
his job. He finds 2.
4 health and a dream here to finish up the round, and Sin takes him down.
Yeah, that'll be diffuser as well. Bomb can't make it work. And that'll be a round win for EKU. So you win the one you're supposed to. Can we chain? Can we link them?
Exactly. Strong defense, but still, it is scary to see how FC plays here with those just slow, methodical, find your moment, and then explode into it.
Yeah, 2 very different opening statements on defense. Round number 1 of this was just a full flawless for FC. They come out the gate and hit EKU in the mouth. This time it's a little bit rockier. And now we're going to second floor.
Yeah. Second floor is the...
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
If you're EKU, you want to win this
Attackers
round.
have located a bomb.
You definitely do because, I mean, if you don't win this round, then you're backed up into a really awkward situation in
Where you're
terms
gonna
of
have to be-
choosing site.
Yes.
Do we go back to second floor and try to fix what we did wrong, or do we try something new? And when you're in those uncomfortable spots and game-winning, game-deciding places, it's really not how you want to be. You want to feel, maybe not necessarily comfortable, but you want to have your plan laid out.
5 seconds
Yes.
left before insertion.
You need to know exactly what you're doing to face a team like this. I mean, Marmalade has that 10 and 2, and I think we're 9 and 3 on Ryan as well.
Wall fortified.
And I mean, at some point when you're looking at the VOD, when you're trying to figure out what you want to do, sometimes there really is just an element of we made the right play, we just lost the gunfight. And if that's how it ends up, that's how it ends up. Marmalade and Ryan, they have been on fire so far.
Oh, yeah.
Can EKU change that is the question.
And once again, like we saw last week, we have Kolvix just holding that area right in front of the sights, and it worked last time.
Moko
But-
does get dropped though. Marmalade from the distance will find it.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Let's see if, once again, we compared Kolvix there to a sleeping bear. Does the bear wake up this game?
Reloading ammo.
Sophia stuns are coming in, drones are flying in. It looks like it's going to be a window pressure here.
Yes, it's not where you want to be if you're Sim, but they're not able to really get the pick there from it.
Yeah, that Capital has a lot of ability to affect this as well. The Wamai is doing a great job of denying that, but he will go down. The Sin will drop. Scrim finds that kill. And this pressure is just mounting onto EKU.
Oh, Kolvix knows.
Gets a tag on the bomb, but not going to be able to find the kill. A minute and a half.
Quickly able to rotate out of there, though. Get back to a safe spot.
Ready to engage.
So that is the last thing we want to do is trade another defender right here.
Yeah, you just can't simply afford to do it. This is such a long time to hold with 3 people. It'll be a gargantuan amount of time to hold with 2, but we do
And
manage to rebound. Kolvix and Lomo. A minute on the clock now. 3v3. This is doable.
Very doable.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Thank finds another. They just let one slide in. Scrim finds one. Make it a second in the round. Shots to the wall continue to go out. At this
smoke's
point,
really good for FC here.
you gotta worry about Marmalade. Marmalade on the rebound. Oh no. In a tough spot, gets swung. And that's just tough. You unfortunately give them access to sight when you had control, and they punish you for it. And FC, they go to match point.
Losing Kolvix in that spot is
Yeah.
just bad luck.
Yeah. And so, and this is the awkward situation. Now you have to. They're gonna choose to go open. They're gonna choose to go staff. And this is gonna have to be relatively roam heavy. But this team, FC, they clear roamers for a living. It
Yeah.
feels like.
Bombs.
roaming is a good play style if and only if you are winning those fights. And
Again, I mean, that goes back to the question, how much of this, you know, we go back and we review the VOD, how much of this is play style? How much of this is communication? How much of this is coordination?
Camera feed.
You know, how much of this is our setups? And then at the end of the day, how much of this is just like, we need to sit down and hit the training range.
how much of this is Marmalade having the game of their
literally.
life? 12 and 2.
5 seconds to go.
I mean,
Deploying welcome.
there's questions you have to ask.
Attackers objective is to locate
As a player here, you have to, like, it's not fun to be 2 to 6, but there are times you just have to be like,
Bear
at
down the
this point,
hatches.
Marmalade is
Yeah.
just insane.
Bear down the hatches. You gotta get in the trenches. You know, figure something out if you want to come back in this. And I think a good starting place would be getting rid of Marmalade.
It's
for sure.
so easy. And this is my experience as someone on an esports team. It is so easy to just see Marmalade going that heavy and being like, it's over. Like, we can't take Marmalade out. Like, this guy's a one-man army. So if you get over that mindset and you're just like, I can do this. I can take out Marmalade. We can win the round. And that's the mindset EKU wants to go into this round.
And I do think that like a good, if Bomb is going to find the first bullet, I do think a good point as well is like, part of it is just Marmalade is doing great work in terms of shooting the gun, but his team is also setting him up so well in these positions.
Oh, yes.
That it's not like you can really treat him like a one-man army. You have to treat him like the point of a needle
Yes.
with all the metal behind it. Can you find the eye of the needle? 4v5. And that is so
Oh.
close. Scrim's gonna pick up Moko. And
20
it's
health
just
level
right
on that.
there. The gunfights, they go back and forth. A minute on the clock. I mean, FC with 3 defenders, this really isn't that much. You know, this is pretty much an eternity to defend
Yes.
this point. Especially once the pressure starts to come in, they start battering down the hatches, destroying the walls.
Especially having Marmalade on that ram there, being able to play the floor above them.
That's what we're
Possibly.
seeing right now.
Yeah.
As you can just hear it tearing Rampage across. A gunfight on the stairs needs to
That
be
does
won.
know where they are.
Does put Ryan down. Lomo picks up Bomb. Anakin will find Think. And Ryan is still down. If he gets picked up, this kind of spells disaster, but Sin picks up Scrim. 20 seconds, this is doable. If FC funnel in, they can drop here. They will find 2. Marmalade, the guy seals it out. And I mean, man, oh man.
And that is just that's a hard game.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, they got to go back, VOD review that. Really, and it's hard to find what goes wrong in a game like that.
Yeah, 100%. Super hard. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he goes 14-2. How much of that is just him being that guy?
He is,
really?
yes, exactly how I was going to say. Just a force to be reckoned with from
Yeah.
Marmalade in that game.
I think, honestly, really, you just gotta, take a step back. You gotta look at that bank, and from an objective point of view, you want to look at it. What can we discount as, we made the right play, Marmalade just got a crazy kill. Or we
Yeah.
made the right play, we just lost a gunfight. How much of that are you taking into consideration? But I will say from that bank perspective, you definitely want to take a hard look at your offenses. Because, against a stronger team, you need to be prepared to, be able to steal some rounds away from that. And there were a couple that got really margin close and paper thin. They were not able to steal more than 1 away. And then going back to that cafe, again, a razor-tight game. Even within the rounds themselves, 1v1s, 2v1s, 2v2s getting converted. Super close across that cafe. you want to look at your defenses on third floor. Double check.
Yes.
Check your setups. Check what you're doing on that, and just kind of figure out how you want to play that a little bit more comfortably. But EKU, we're still looking for our first map win here in the A bracket of ECAC. But I feel like that misrepresents what this team is capable of. Every map so far has had moments where it's like, oh, this team can play. They can fight against this team. And some of them, obviously 2 of them have gone to OT. It's just a matter of cleaning that up.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, a lot of it is from that strong defense. You can tell EKU is practiced in defense. And it's also one of those things you have to really try to avoid. And this is something, once again, from a player standpoint, that teams find a lot, and I've been working with my team this semester to work like heavy into, is it's easy to practice what you're good at.
Yes.
So it's so easy. Like last semester, we almost solely practiced Ascent because Ascent was our map.
Yeah.
And we did good when we played Ascent. However,
but then you would load up onto Split,
and it's
and
just
just
over
get crushed.
because it's easy. That defense is strong. So still look at your defense, especially like you said, that top floor defense on Cafe there. But you really got to work on the hard stuff.
Yeah.
Get down in the dirty. Get that offense strong.
Yeah.
And just refine it because it was so close. And most of the rounds won from EKU were on that defense side.
All right, well, that is going to do us here for week number 2. We'll be back again next week, same time, same channel, for some more R6 action. And hopefully, EKU just need a boost in the right direction. They'll turn it around. We'll have another great season on our hand. But I've been Alan. This has been Dakota.
Yeah, and we're excited to see y'all next week.